Welcome to episode 4 of Keke's Guide to Training Your Human. My name is Ken Van Camp. I write and narrate this podcast under the creative direction of Keke. In each episode, Keke presents a dog's perspective on life and growing up in the human world. In this episode, we present lessons 12 through 14. I hope you enjoy this episode as we start with Lesson 12. Take your victory laps. Doing your business outside is cause for celebration. The picture shows Keke licking Mom's face, and the story reads, "After you get praised for doing your business outside, don't forget to take your victory laps." Bad pun intended. Lesson 13. Getting the best treats. Consistency wins the day. Treats are essential to a puppy's well-balanced diet, just like shoelaces, worms, and 5-day-old poop. Humans give treats as rewards for good behavior, like peeing outside, coming when called, or not ratting them out when they've dropped the spouse's car keys into the sewer and blame it on you. Be wary of the human who thinks praise is an acceptable substitute for treats, and don't respond too positively to it. It's a ruse to get more work out of you at lower wages. The Fair Labor Standards Act and the Geneva Convention banned such shameless behavior. Unfortunately, many puppies are unaware of this and fall prey to these unscrupulous employers. In a future lesson, we'll discuss unionization. Now, there are tasty treats and there are healthy treats. To each pup his own, but for me, there's a difference between roast beef and 3 layers of tasteless cardboard, unless the cardboard belongs to an off-limits carton, like Mrs. Kinsler's wig box. In that case, forbidden fruit, like revenge, is a dish best served at any temperature as long as it's served. Humans often hesitate to give the best treats, usually because they're cheap and sadistic overlords. So, how to train your human to give the best treats? Turn up your nose at the lame ones and inhale the good ones like you were stranded with Tom Hanks on a deserted island. When it's treat time, suck in your belly to emphasize your rib cage. Stomachs dragging on the floor are a dead giveaway and can only lead to the dreaded diet. More on that topic in a future lesson. The main point here is consistency. Laboratory experiments have shown that humans are best taught through consistent behavior and repetition. See Pavlov's Humans in Wikipedia. Turn down the offer of tricolor quinoa and pee underfoot every time, and before long, they'll be offering something different. If the next time they offer a Baconator, gobble it down. Soon, they'll be fishing the car keys out of the sewer while you're dining on sirloin tips. Lesson 14. The ideal sound soother for a puppy. Sounds of the pack. We all have trouble falling asleep sometimes, and some humans use a sound soother to help ease themselves into the right state of mind. Many like to listen to waves on a beach. Others like sounds of nature, such as crickets, bullfrogs, and cicadas. Personally, this just makes me hungry. I know a guy who likes to fall asleep to the mellow sounds of the rock band Disturbed. The name kind of says it all, doesn't it? A puppy likes the sounds of her pack. Good night, Mary Ellen. Good night, John Boy. Good night, Keke. Thank you for listening to this episode of Keke's Guide to Training Your Human. But don't hang up yet. I have an important announcement to make about Keke's Guide. We are planning an online launch party for this podcast, and you'll want to tune into future episodes to be sure you don't miss the announcement. There will be free prizes and games. I also wanted to let you know that the publication schedule for Keke's Guide has been firmed up, and I'm now posting each new episode on Saturday mornings at 9:30 a.m. in the U.S. Eastern Time Zone. I'm Ken Van Camp, and I hope you've enjoyed this performance. If so, please rate it and leave feedback. You can post feedback on our Facebook page at facebook.com/Keke's Guide or email Keke at kekesguide@gmail.com. All episodes are copyright by Ken Van Camp. And remember to join us for the next episode of Keke's Guide to Training Your Human, because dogs are people too, you know.